What's up, guys? It's Mike G here with the official UFC Fight Night Blaydes versus Volkov tips and predictions on how to bet. I'm here to give you guys the smart gambling strategies. I've been in the film room all week studying these fighters' last 3 or 4 fights, seeing what flaws they have in their game, what styles are going to mix and match. I'm trying to help you guys net money. I'm trying to help you guys cash. I have another can't lose parlay, which we've been hitting at up the highest rates here at Frosty Inc. that I'm going to include in this video. I have very smart bets coming up, so you're not going to want to miss these picks. We're getting back on track. If you've been tailing me this year, you know you've made a lot of money, so I would really appreciate it if you drop me a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be here every card, every main sporting event, like I said I was going to be. So here come the picks, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is...
Okay, for the first fight of the main event, we have Roosevelt Roberts versus Jim Miller. I love this fight. I believe you're going to be able to start your night on the right track. You're going to be able to get your money in good, get some extra money into your account from this fight, because once it hits, you're going to have that money to free roll and play with later in the night. But let me go over a few things. We have Roosevelt Roberts coming in as the betting favorite at minus 230. He's fighting Jim Miller, the more experienced fighter. Jim has been in the UFC since 2008. He's fought Murderers Row in the lightweight division. He's fought Dustin Poirier, Dan Hooker, Anthony Pettis, Nate Diaz, Cerrone. He's fought the best of the best, but he lost to all those guys. Roosevelt Roberts, on the other hand, is a fresh up-and-comer. He's 10-1 in the MMA, with his only loss coming because he said he was trying to figure out the pacing of everything, figure out the competition level of the UFC, which I do believe it was a decision loss. He didn't get knocked out or submitted. So I think Roosevelt Roberts is an absolute safe play. You put a unit or two on him. Jim Miller looked slow in his last fight. He looks like age is catching up. He's 36 years old now, and I just think you roll with the bigger dog. This guy, Roosevelt Roberts, is a savage as well. Watch his last fight against Brock Weaver. Anytime Brock wanted to mix it up, Roosevelt was game. He was smiling, he was happy to do it, and he was picking him apart. I think it's going to be a very easy hit. Put 1, 2, 3 units on it at the most, I'd say, and get your night started right and hit that money, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is...
Okay, for the second fight of the night, we have an absolute great opportunity to make some more money. We have Belal Muhammad versus Lyman Good. Belal Muhammad comes in as a slight favorite at minus 130. Belal Muhammad has won 6 out of his last 7 in the UFC, with his only loss coming to Neal in a close decision. He has an incredible gas tank. He's a decision grinder, which means he picks up a lot of decision wins. He knows how to get round wins. He takes people to the ground. He started to submit people. He submitted his last opponent. He's starting to look absolutely phenomenal. So in this one, we're rolling with Belal Muhammad at minus 130. Lyman Good is an absolute TKO, KO machine. He knows how to, if he hits you, you might go to sleep. But against these guys that have good gas tanks that can get you to the ground, he struggles. He lost a submission to Damian Maia. He also struggled to a couple different grapplers. And I think in this one, with Belal Muhammad, you're just going to be safe because of the cardio regard. I think in the third round, Belal is just going to show the difference in experience and cardio, and he's just going to outlast him for a close decision, and you can roll with Belal at minus 130.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is...
Okay, for the third fight of the night, we have a women's bout where we have Raquel Pennington versus Marion Reneau, in which both these fighters are most likely fighting for their UFC lives. They're both on losing streaks. Raquel lost to Holly Holm. She's lost to Holly Holm twice in her career. Marion is on a 2-fight losing streak. Neither of these fighters really get it done. They have a few submissions, a few knockouts on their career, but in a 3-round fight, the bet that I recommend going with is the over. Whatever the over on your website is, it's probably 2.5. I'll bet that it's going to go to the judges, because I don't see either of these fighters finishing, and I don't know who's going to win. Honestly, if I had to lean one way, I'd lean with Raquel, but my safe bet here, which is almost a lock, almost a mortal lock, almost very close to being a mortal lock, is the over 2.5 rounds here. It's going to be huge odds, maybe minus 200, minus 300, but that's a safe bet, a very, very safe bet. Max bet that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is...
Okay, for the co-main event of the night and the fourth fight on the card, we do have Shane Burgos versus Josh Emmett, where Shane Burgos is the favorite, slight favorite, coming in at -140. This is going to be an absolute slugfest. There's going to be some fireworks, boom, boom, boom. This is going to be a war. If you tune in for this one, if you can't see any other fight, tune in for this fight. This is going to be the one to see. These guys are both riding winning streaks. Shane Burgos won his last three. Josh Emmett won 2 in a row, and this one really you can go either way, but I'm rolling with Shane Burgos, the favorite, at -140. A couple of reasons. His only loss, he's 13-1 in his MMA career, and his only loss came to Calvin Kattar, who's an elite striker. He lost to Calvin Kattar, but other than that, he knocks everyone else out. He knocked out Charles Rossi. He knocked out the last grappler he fought. He's an excellent striker. He has good conditioning. He likes to stay in the phone booth, but use his reach. So I think he's going to be able to use that. I think he has a 5.5 inch greater reach advantage over Josh, and I think that's just going to help him maneuver. He's just going to be able to tip tap and then finally hit Josh with a nice clean hook. But we have seen Josh Emmett KO people as well. But the one thing, Josh Emmett KO'd a much weaker Michael Johnson than championship form Michael Johnson. So I'm not gonna hang my hat too much on that, but he does have a nice right hand, a nice left hand that can land. But in this one, I'm rolling Shane Burgos all day at -140.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is...
Okay, for the main event of the card, we have Curtis Blaydes versus Alexander Volkov, in which most likely determines who gets to fight Francis Ngannou for the vacant belt after DC and Stipe handled their business. We have Curtis Blaydes coming in as a huge favorite at -380, and for good reason. I am recommending you hammer Curtis Blaydes, you max bet him, you put him on a lot of parlays. He's going to win you a lot of money tonight. The reason being is this guy is 13-2 in the MMA. The only 2 losses he has have come against Francis Ngannou, and Francis Ngannou beats everybody other than Stipe. So this guy is a pretty much sure lock. He likes to get the fight to the ground. He ground and pound and just straight technical knockouts, TKO peoples, and he's just a bad matchup stylistically for Alexander Volkov. Volkov likes to kickbox. He is a phenomenal striker, but I think Curtis Blaydes is just going to be able to take this fight wherever he wants. It's just a very bad matchup. Alexander Volkov has won 7 of his last 8, with the only loss that he had was a very bad knockout to Derek Lewis, where he was winning, and just the last 10 seconds of the fight, Derek Lewis clipped him, and he just won the fight. So really, he's on an 8-fight win streak, but I just think it's a very bad matchup, and Curtis Blaydes gets the job done. Put him on a lot of parlays. You're gonna win money. Okay, for the moment you've all been waiting for, it's another Can't Lose Parlay with Mike G. We have another amazing Can't Lose Parlay this week. I have a phenomenal confidence in it. Last week we missed by a hair, but this week we're back. I think you're very safe with going Roosevelt Roberts, Belal Muhammad, and Curtis Blaydes. If you do that, it's about plus 400. So if you put 100, you're going to get 400 back. So in this video, I explained to you why Roosevelt Roberts is almost a lock, why Belal Muhammad is going to get a very easy decision. He's going to ground and pound. Curtis Blaydes, he's in there for sure. You know you're going to not miss here. Let's go. Let's ride the wave and go. Let's ride this Can't Lose Parlay and make a lot of money together, boys.